Started dating someone twice my age. Recently got into a relationship where F21 is seeing a M43. It's been about 4 months and everything is super consensual and fun. The relationship is so easygoing and just generally speaking, happy. It's much different than being with someone my own age. I live very presently in this relationship because honestly, I don't know if it's going to last, not because I'm not into him, but I've never been in a relationship with such a huge age gap. I guess I'm not sure if in the long run it's going to screw me over or if it'll just be an experience we both can appreciate. TLDR. Got into a relationship with a huge age gap. Don't know what to expect or if it'll last. As someone whose parents have a 20-year age gap, I feel uncomfortably qualified to answer this question. In short, yes. As adults, you are responsible for making your own decisions and nobody can look at you and say, no, you can't do this. Quote, in long. No. And let me explain. In a relationship, you two probably enjoy doing similar activities and are healthy and able enough to enjoy those activities. At 20 years old and 40 years old, your lives are easily compatible. This is especially true for a more mature 20-year-old and a young-spirited 40-year-old. Hell, the two of you are still young enough to have kids if wanted. It's almost as if the age gap isn't there at all. The issue arises when the older individual in the relationship reaches older ages, and the differences become amplified. When the older partner reaches retirement age, they may still be raising younger kids or have a working partner still building their career. The classic idea of spending the retirement days golfing, going on vacations, and spending time with the grandkids isn't their reality. More importantly though, the older partner is at a much higher health risk. Cancer, heart disease, hearing loss. When your once equal in the relationship turns into a long-term caregiving position, the happiness of the two individuals and sanity can quickly deteriorate. This is also difficult for the children's perspective, as facing the demise of one parent's much quicker than the other is inevitable. And when the second partner finally reaches the great age of retirement, they also can't enjoy it in the classic way. Their partner has grown too old to do the things they once dreamed of doing. The differences in age are shown through health, willingness and ability to do activities, and comparison to close friends who are usually in relationships with others of the relatively same age. Don't get me wrong. Relationships with this kind of age gap can be beautiful, sincere, and lifelong. My parents starting dating when my mom was only 19, married when she was 26, and had me when she was 37 with my dad being 18 years older. Some of my experiences could be from them having me so late in life, but often I see them just wanting different things at that moment in their lives. I've had the opportunity to date men with about the same age gap, 15 to 20 years. But I also ask myself where I want to be in 15 years and where they will be then. The overarching theme is that I don't think we will ever be in the same place. And time can't be manipulated into making that work. If going forward with this relationship, pray for good health, a good support system, and a little luck. I hope the two of you can find peace about the issues you will most likely face, sooner rather than later. I hope you have dated more people of your age to understand how a healthy relationship with similar ages looks like, and I hope that your older BF is not lovebombing or manipulating you. One day you'll get to 43 and you'll realize that you couldn't conceive of dating someone barely out of their teens. Well, have fun, but be careful. Soon you may find out why mature women don't want him. What do you have in common with a 40-plus-year-old at your age? I've never once described a relationship as super consensual as the first descriptor. Might want to think on why you feel the need to point that out immediately, even over calling it happy. As someone who has been in this situation and opted to go for it, end it. The power imbalance is there in subtle ways you can't see until later. By then, you're in too deep. If you need to say, it is super consensual, you know it's effed up. Come back several months from now when you realize why he couldn't get women his own age. I got with a guy who was 26 years older than me when I was 19. The first few months were incredible. I thought, OMG, this guy is it. He gets me. Things turned sour quickly. I soon realized he was an abusive narcissist, with a taste for young, emotionally damaged women. Women that were easy to manipulate and bend to his will. I'm 30 now and in a stable relationship with someone my own age. And I've realized over the years. At 19, whilst I was legally an adult, I was a child and a grown-ass man groomed me, emotionally manipulated me and crushed my spirit along the way. Ask yourself, why is a man twice your age interested in you? What do you actually have in common? He has twice the life experience you do. He was your age when you were born. And also, why can he not find a woman his own age? In most cases, it's because women of the same maturity won't entertain them for whatever reason. Usually red and flag shaped. Well, this is gonna end well. I anticipate the next post asking for advice. What are you going to do when you fall in love and devote your youth to this man only to discover, at the ripe age of 28, that you are too old for him? Are you going to be hurt when he dumps you for a 19-year-old? What if you've been married for 6 years, have 2 young children, and no work experience because he was the breadwinner? If you think you'll be okay starting your life over with all that baggage, by all means, enjoy yourself. I did this. The short term was good. But I can tell you now that he was there for a different reason than I was. And also a bit immature, which you would have to be to tolerate someone in their early 20s. Men date women so much younger than them because they can't get women close to their age. If it was 35 and 55? Totally different. 21? I'm 38 and have zero in common with a 20-something. I'm not talking movies or music, but emotionally and where you are in life. Guaranteed this guy is a dark rocky past he blames everyone else for. My experience is I had to share all bills with him, help him figure out his life, ask my friends to help him get a better paying job, borrow him money, everything but for my own benefit and his only. He never helped me get anything for my life. Actually made it worse. 6 years later I am 27 and now apparently I am too old for a 53-yo. He keeps saying I am 30-yo and 30-yo are old in his country. Lost every chance I had to date more age-appropriate guys that actually cared about me. Took him everywhere for travel. Rented cars for him. He never helped me in anything. And actually pushed me back in the little chances I had to get something better going for me. Never cared for me. And sex is now 1x a year since I am 25. He never cuddles or kiss either. I realized we were only having more sex because I was the one doing everything. Even in the beginning he was never too active. He just lost 6 years of his old age. But for me was my entire adult life so far. No plans to build a future with me. Just wasting my time and not letting me meet other guys. I was just a free prostitute that would pay half his bills and food. He's on minimum wage and never done anything with his life. Doesn't own anything apart the savings account I opened for him. And didn't let me do anything with mine either. When I met him I was lonely and heartbroken and had no self-esteem. But I was happier and getting laid much more for sure. I was doing my things and no one controlling me. He made me lose everything, even my youth, and now he wants me out. I had the balls to leave once and he begged me back, manipulating me with our housemates' pets that I loved. Worst mistake I've done to go back with him. I was gonna leave again and then COVID. He begged me to go to my parents' house for 3 months and we stayed there as he wanted to keep me away from a guy that really wanted to build a future with me. During this time we got robbed in our room. Well, I got robbed because he had nothing valuable. But this summer when I asked him to take me to his village for holiday he went on his own on my back. Also refused to come on holiday with me to the sea. But when we started dating he came straight away. I had 2 guys interested in me that I let go for him. I could be building a future and growing old with someone more age appropriate, but instead I am feeling old at 27 next to a 53. Yo. I have nothing else. He made me lose all my friends, my pets, my hobbies, my self-esteem. Run away. If he wants to bang 20 yo he can go and pay for an escort without ruining someone's life. Good luck. This is creepy. I get you're an adult. But the age you are? You would be directly out of college. Nobody with good intentions, those in their almost mid-40s. And going to go for someone just out of school. Have fun wheeling around grandpa when you're still youthful and 40 and he just had his hip replacement. At 22, I had a short relationship with a 37-year-old. We both saw it as fun, but with no future. I bumped into her again 25 years later and got a shock at how old she looked. Not logical, I know, but in my mind she was the 37-year-old I'd known. Not the retired 62-year-old with gray hair that I met. And while I was no spring chicken myself, I really felt the age gap then. I think of that when I see age gap couples like yours. I think that half your age plus 7 inches is a reasonable rule for an older partner as to what might work. But who am I to say? It does work for lots of people. But I can't get over what happens as the couple ages. I always think of it this way. What would you think of the 21-year-old girl dating a 40-plus-year-old man if that girl was not you but your future daughter? Still fun and easygoing? Who goes for girls 20 years younger? Creeps. But let me guess. You are so mature for your age and he understands you in ways no one your age can? You know why he can? Because he already lived it. Everyone feels this way. I am 28 now and I felt so smart when I was 21. Now I think I was a total moron. As someone who had a fabulous fling relationship with a darling 36-year-old man when I was 19, my opinion is this: age gaps like this are a risk factor. It doesn't mean you will have problems, but when you look at the relationship overall it should be taken into account because so many relationships like this are problematic. Think of it like trying to avoid health problems. If you smoke it increases your chance of a problem, right? The same with sleeping with a guy 20 years older. They can be amazing, or they can be toxic. The question is, does he make you feel amazing all the time? With no red flags that you conveniently ignore? It's only been 4 months. You're just getting to know each other. Enjoy it now. Don't set your sights on a long-term prospect. For any relationship, you are just getting to know and trust each other. Just enjoy his superior bedroom skills and for goodness sake don't marry him. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doomscrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.